Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Jessica and this is the Fields Full House. So today I'm going to share with you all about our morning basket. So in a previous video, I had shared that I was reading the book Mere Motherhood. I have since finished the book. I love the book. I am rereading the book. It is such a beautiful, encouraging book for moms, especially who are homeschooling. She is a large family mom, but I think that this would speak to any mother along your journey, whether you have one child or if you're preparing to be a mother and homeschooling. So anyways, this book was so encouraging, and it's just a journey through her motherhood, and it really touched a lot on morning time and reading aloud to your children. Okay, I did not grow up on the classic literature books. I don't know why. I often think of that. I went to public school. I loved to read as a kid, but I read like Goosebumps and Fear Street. Is that what they were called? Anyways, it wasn't ever encouraged to me about reading classic literature. And I don't even think, in none of my English classes in school did we read these books. I don't know what happened. So anyways, so as I'm learning right along with my children, homeschooling them, I have got something in my throat, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry about that. I had to get some water, and like 10 kids kept coming in and out from outside. Anyways, so it's just my life. So anyways, as I was saying, I did not grow up reading classic literature. It wasn't something that was in the school that I went to. I don't know what happened, but anyways. So I am learning right along with our kids of the importance of having this good literature and reading out loud to my kids. Now, we have done it over the years. This isn't like our first year doing it or anything, but I wouldn't say I had a love for it. I am growing and learning to love reading out loud and reading good literature to my children and encouraging them to choose good books as well. So we, again, have done morning time over the years, but it would be one of the first things that I would skip over if we were running behind or if I was overwhelmed and I just wanted to focus on getting stuff done. And this book really encouraged me this year to focus on our morning time and to not skip over it. That at the end, that homeschooling is a marathon. It's not a sprint. That I'm not going to see the results of what we are doing every single day until the end. And that is one thing that really stood out to me in this book, and that I want to create that environment for our children, that when they look back, that they remember the love that we had in the morning, that the time that we spent together in prayer and Bible study and reading and in hymn study. It just really encouraged me. So with all that said, again, we have done morning time before, but I am trying to focus on the most important things. I'm trying not to overcomplicate it because it really is that simple. So, with all that said, I'm going to show you what's in our morning basket. Okay, but before I show you what's in our morning basket, I want to explain something. So, we have all of our school supplies in our schoolroom, but we typically and oftentimes do school in the living room or at the dining room table. So the schoolroom is more like housing our supplies, so that if I kept our morning basket in our schoolroom, it was very easy for me to forget or to skip over or lose books or, so on and so forth, okay? So I have changed to having everything out in the living room. And so it's there first thing in the morning. We see it. It's just become a part of our morning routine. So I don't know if that's something that, would help anybody, but it's something that has helped me changing it up. So I got this awesome basket from my neighbor, and it is actually a very good sized basket and can hold a lot of books. So I was super excited whenever she asked me if I wanted it. She was just getting rid of it. I was like, heck yes. So anyways, the first thing that we do is we do our Bible study, and this year we are doing God's names. This is a beautifully done book, and it goes over all the names of God. This is El Elyon, the Most High, and it gives a great description and scriptures and a Bible story to go along with it. And then at the end, it has, an activity or questions or more scriptures that you can look up and read. And one of the things that this book suggests is to make a God's name poster. So, okay, Excuse all the messes around here. Taylor, will you hit that light for me? But as everything else, real life, like I always say. So anyways, we made our poster. And I, again, have it hanging up here in the living room so that it is just in the central part of our house, and then we can see it every day and we can go over it every morning. Now, some of these I was able to print from Pinterest, but it did not have all the names that the book mentioned, so we are making them on paper. I'm just letting the kids kind of do it their own way, and then we glue a name on every morning. Okay, so it is working very well having it in the central part of our house. So after we do our Bible study, I usually have our hymns playing as we're kind of getting ready for the morning. So I will come out here and kind of give kids like a last call. Hey guys, time to start getting ready for school. And I'll play the hymn, and so they're just hearing it. We don't necessarily go over it. Sometimes we do sit down and actually sing it, and I printed out, that's in the basket as well, I printed out hymn sheets of the song that we're doing so that my older kids could read and go along with it, or if they're just interested in that. But right now, since I've already introduced the song, we are more just playing it kind of in the background. So then we do our Bible study. Then I do calendar time with just Jackson, Miley, and Logan, and that will be in a separate video that is coming out soon. And then we read from one of our read alouds. I do anywhere from just 1 to 2 books because it's crazy, y'all. Oh, I forgot to share. So as I'm reading the Bible study and our read alouds, our kids have a spiral bound notebook. Okay, so as I'm reading, each child has a spiral bound notebook, and this is I call it their Bible journal. Some kids are recording and writing down the different names of God. They are drawing, they are writing down the scriptures. Whatever is on their heart to do is what they do in this notebook. Plus, it helps keep their hands busy. It helps keep them busy while I'm reading. Okay, sorry, I'm kind of saying this out of order. So, anyway, so bear with me. So they are journaling as I'm reading. So then I alternate, and there's really no rhyme or reason. It's kind of whatever I feel like that day, or that the kids are saying, hey Mom, can you read more of this story? So this morning I actually finished reading The Little House on the Prairie book because we were almost done. That's actually something that I normally only read to them over lunch or dinner, but I was like, you know what, let's just go ahead and read this so that we can, finish it. We were excited to finish it, so we did that this morning. But the things that I've been alternating between is any of our other Little House books that I have gotten to go along with the Prairie Primer, or books that I pick up from the library. I picked up this one from the library to go along, with our Little House study, and I shared this book as well, The Extraordinary Life, the Story of the Monarch Butterfly, and then sometimes I will read from this. Or where's that other book? I have to put everything back in the basket this morning. So, or I will read from this, the Pioneer Sampler, which has been fun because it has some really good, I think I shared this, didn't I? It has some really great pictures in it and descriptions of, that time period. So anyways, that is pretty much it for our morning time. After all that is done, I kind of release the older kids to go and start their schoolwork, and then I try to read a story to my little guys, because with being so busy and focused on doing, middle school, and, then I don't even know how many elementary students. I don't know. Okay, it's a lot. So I'm not getting that time like I did with my older kids when they were little preschoolers of reading the stories. So I'm trying to read a story to Reagan and Harper. Sometimes Logan will sit down with me, and actually so will Miley and Jackson. So I'm really trying to do that. So to go along with our butterfly unit study, I was reading The Hungry Caterpillar, and then I actually got this book at a used book sale, and the kids have been loving the stories in this. So it really just it alternates. It kind of depends on the mood and the flow of the morning, because some mornings are harder than others for Mom, not necessarily with kids. So anyways, that is what is in our morning basket so far, and when these unit studies end, I will be changing out books and putting in something else. So I hope that you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.